Hi guys, welcome back. I am super excited to tackle Algebra 2 and start a new school year. I decided to flip things up a little bit when it comes to back to school night. Instead of me cramming information in a few minutes and then barely allowing any time for questions, I decided to make this video to go through the expectations for the year, just give you a reminder. Not much changes from Algebra 1 to Algebra 2, just a few things I wanted to go over with you. So that way when you come to back to school night, we have a lot more time to have a discussion and allow me to answer some questions that you might have about the new course. If you remember from last year, there were a few times where I had the kids watch videos about content prior to coming to class, and then we expanded on it during class. That will be happening again this year, where their homework assignment is to watch a video or to read something about a new concept, and then we'll continue to expand on that in class. So I'm giving you a little bit of a taste of what your child's going to expect to see this year. So let's get started. First thing, why are we here? Why is this important? Algebra 2 extends and expands on all of the knowledge in Algebra 1. In fact, the first few chapters of this class will be a review of concepts learned in Algebra 1. We're going to continue to develop logical thinking skills, especially since we skipped geometry. This will be really helpful for students to kind of learn to go through things in a typical or logical progression. And we want to make sure that they create positive problem-solving strategies. They use concepts learned in previous classes or chapters and apply them to new ideas. I want to include this slide because I want you to know that Algebra 2 is so important. In regards to advanced mathematics, this course is something that students will absolutely see again. My coined phrase is that you will see this again in calculus. So Algebra 2 introduces a lot of introductory calculus concepts that they will see again and need to use in the future. So now here's my do's and don'ts for you guys as parents. So please encourage your students to attempt every problem and use their resources and show their work. I need you on my side if possible at all times. Include them in household projects. If it involves math or logical reasoning, something as simple as rearranging a room, try to include them in stuff like that. And remind them to review and stay organized. They should never tell you that they don't have any homework because they can always be looking at their notes. And my don'ts. Please don't tell them that you struggled with math or that you didn't like it. It just makes everything harder when they get to class. Don't tell them you never used this stuff. I actually had a former student bring in some of his dad's work, and I mean, it was even beyond me, but I know that there was some Algebra 2 in there for sure. So not everybody uses it, but some people still might. And again, don't let them tell you that they don't have homework. They should always be reviewing something. 5 to 10 minutes now will save a heartache from cramming things in later. Math grades are the same as they've been in the past. Homework is still a big one. Please make sure that your student is practicing and practicing properly. Don't let them just kind of blow through the homework. They should be taking their time and showing work and using their notes as they go through. Grading system is also the same, total point system, so whatever you earn out of whatever is possible will be your grade. Homework, again, will be checked for completion, but this is becoming more rare as we get to the higher classes. It will most likely be collected and graded for accuracy. Again, I won't grade all problems, but the problems that I choose to grade are things that they absolutely should know. Just because there's a problem, if there's a problem that's hard on the homework that's kind of there to challenge them, that's not something that I'm going to grade on their homework. I want to make sure that they have the concepts down as we move forward. In the past, I usually start off the beginning of the year letting them know when I will collect homework, and then that kind of fades away as we go on. So if they do it, they should be ready to turn it in. No work on the homework means that you're not going to get credit for that problem, and I'll expand on that here. I will post the answer keys for the homework assignments online, just like I did for Algebra 1 and for Geometry. It's expected that the students are checking these answer keys so that they're ready with the questions when they come to class the next day. If I give them the answer key, I expect them to double check, and that way if they made a silly mistake, they can find that on their own. Or if they get really, really stuck, they could look at the answer and try to work backwards to figure out how they got there. So again, if they don't show work, they don't get credit, because I assume they just looked at the answer key and copied it down, and that's really not helping them practice the concepts that they need. Late work policy is also the same. I'll accept homework 1 day late for a 50% deduction. Assignments and projects lose 10% each day they are late, but I will also add 5% if they turn in projects or assignments early. That's not all of them, only the ones that I give that notice about. Late work is always better than no work, especially since it's a total point grading system. If they did it, turn it in. You'll at least get something. Extra credit. So going back, they can turn in assignments early as they are allowed to do so. I will add extra credit questions to all quizzes and tests. But again, I will not give extra credit for a poor grade or at the end of the marking period to boost them up. If they do everything that is assigned during the marking period, they should have no problem. The grading scale is the same. Just a reminder, they have to work really hard to get that A. This is a tough course. They're going to have to put in a lot of effort to get that 93. Got a little out of there with my animations here, but just a reminder, I'll go ahead and click through all of this. You have to have that 85% to move forward. It's a little bit different this year if your child skipped geometry and is moving to the high school next year. It will be an individual basis. Remember that this is not set in stone completely, and we look at more than just grades, but this is a tough course, and if students don't get that 85 average in Algebra 2, they will definitely want to see this material again before moving on to pre-calculus and calculus, or it will be very, very difficult for them. This is something we will tackle on an individual basis later. I just wanted to remind you of the requirements that are set out. Some other expectations, again, these haven't really changed, but just to remind you, they will be expected to give their best effort. Okay? I'm not asking for them to create new math problems or math concepts, but I want them to try their best. There's a lot to learn in a very little amount of time. They will be expected to learn a few new things on their own, like I mentioned with those videos. They'll have to watch a couple videos and bring that knowledge to class. That doesn't mean they have to be experts when they get there, but they should have that background and be able to kind of understand the basics of the concepts on their own. They will absolutely be expected to seek help. A lot of times I'm always told, well, you don't know what you don't know, but if there was a problem in class that you didn't understand, that's a good place to start. So if you didn't get that, let's start there and then work from that point instead of just saying, I don't know, I don't understand. If they're absent, they need to see me right away. Email me if you're absent, and I'll try to get that work to you if you're able to do it while you're out. And PSSA review. We will still continue to review these grade level concepts before that test. Most of the students have done an amazing job with PSSAs so far, but it's still something we have to look at, unfortunately. If there is an assignment, since it is based on a grade level, and not all my classes have the same grade level in them, they may have some work outside of class that needs to be completed independently. Back to testing, okay, everybody's favorite topic. There are 13 chapters in this test, or in this course, plus some supplemental material. Some things we expand upon a little bit, but it's not enough to call it a new chapter. There will be a midterm roughly on chapters 1 through 6, and a final roughly on chapters 7 through 13. Again, it's not a cumulative final. The final exam just picks up where the midterm left off. They still have to take the PSSA. Again, that supplemental material will be provided. Reminder that this is not a marking period grade. And the good news is there is no keystone this year. As long as you passed, you don't have to worry about that one again. Communication. So I'll start off by talking about the website. If you got to this video, then you've seen the website, so explore it a little bit. Now, Algebra 2 information is not uploaded. It will be uploaded as we go through each chapter. But there are resources available, and if you have any questions about the website, please just let me know. Sapphire is another great way to keep kind of in the loop. I'll post assignments as soon as they're assigned or sometimes before. So there are times when you can log on to Sapphire and see what's coming up. It's also a great way to just kind of keep tabs on your kiddos, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, turning things in, getting absent work made up in a timely manner. And email. I will still send those email updates periodically if you choose to receive them. You know what they contain is a lot of updates, schedule changes, extra resources, good things like that. So that will continue this year as well. Just a reminder, I'm always here. Please encourage your students to take advantage of 9th period. I will try to offer as many Algebra 2 study sessions as I can. Like I mentioned, there's a lot to learn in this course, so I want to make sure that they know I am always available. Whether it's help with a problem, whether it's a little bit of clarification, a helpful study tip, anything like that, please come see me. I am more than happy to help or find someone who would be better suited to answer your question if I cannot do that. So that's all I have for you in this video. Thanks for watching. I hope it was a quick recap on things that have kind of already happened in my classroom. I really look forward to seeing you guys on back to school night. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, please come ready with those, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.